Yo, what's up? It's me again, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite artists, A$AP Rocky. More specifically, I want to talk about my favorite songs from his albums. Alright, now I know music and art in general is just subjective, so if you guys don't agree or, have a different top 3, then that's fine. Put it down below in the comments. But yeah, first off, we're going to start with his first album, Live Love A$AP. And we're going to go from 3 to 1. Okay. Number 3, I have Keep It G. Now, the main reason I love this song, honestly, has nothing to do with Rocky himself. It's actually because of Space Ghost Burp, believe it or not. I know he's kind of a bad guy and all, but, I think I'm allowed to like one of his verses. I love the way he comes onto the song and his flow on it. It's probably just what makes me love it so much. He just had the perfect delivery and cadence the whole time. Don't get me wrong, like I love Rocky's verse and his flow is just great, but it's just very overshadowed by Space Ghost Burp for me. Now at number 2, I got Houston Old Head. Now in my opinion, this has got to be one of his most underrated songs ever. Definitely not talked about enough for me, honestly. Anyway, this song, more than most of the others on this list, has a personal reason that I love it, and that's because it just sounds like something my dad would tell me. I know the whole thing is about listening to your old head, of course, but you really should. They be dropping knowledge sometimes when they're not talking nonsense. And for my favorite song off Live Love A$AP, number 1 has got to be Get Lit. I don't know what it is, but Rocky's like psychedelic or cloud songs are just some of my most favorite songs from him. Whenever I listen to this song, it just makes me envision being at like a house party with blue lighting for some reason and getting high. I don't know. That's just the visual that comes to mind for me. Honestly, that's likely what the song was made for. It 100% succeeds in getting that environment inside your head while listening, and I love the feeling that it evokes. When a song is strong enough to make a visual, that's how you know it's some great music. My only gripe with this song is that it's just way too short, and that his verse on it is, I feel like it definitely needs another verse. My honorable mention for this album is What's Up. Honestly, this could very well have been my number 3, but I just think Keep It G has stronger verses to me, honestly. Also, am I the only one that thinks this should have been the intro for the album? I like Palace where it is, but this definitely feels like it could have been an intro song too. Up next, we got Long Live A$AP. And at number 3, I have a two-way tie for this one between Level and Phoenix, or LVO, whatever you want to call it. I just love both of these too much to make them like honorable mentions for real. But like I said earlier, his more psychedelic songs are when I believe he's at his best, and these two showcase that the most. These are both great stories about how Rocky's fame is affecting him and the people around him. Phoenix is more about the pressures of fame and how it hurts his mental health, and how these feelings bleed out into his music with references to Kurt Cobain and Michael Jackson respectively. Level, or LVO, whatever you want to call it, is more so about how Rocky doesn't know what to do with all the things that fame has brought him and the responsibility that comes with being famous, and how he feels like he's leveled up now due to it. At number 2, I got Angels. Now I'm not exactly sure what makes me love this song so much. I just really like the beat, but I don't really think that's the part that makes me love this song. I think it's the melody, honestly, and the hook. I like when he's showing off in his lyrics, especially in his hooks. I'm not exactly sure why. My favorite song off Long Live A$AP, number 1, has to be Suddenly. I know exactly what makes me love this song, and that's everything about it. From the slow build-up of the song to Rocky's fast-paced rapping at the end, I enjoy every moment of it. Like with Phoenix, this song is about how fame has affected Rocky's life, but this time about how it's changing everything and everyone around him and their expectations of him. I think this is probably a top 5 flow of his for the first part of the song. It just goes really nice with the topic and helps paint a picture of his experiences before and after becoming famous, and all the differences he notices and how people treat him now that he's the next big thing. And my honorable mention for this album is Pain. Once again, I love the beat and the overall vibe of the song. It honestly sounds like Clan's Casino to me a little bit. One thing that throws me off about this song every time I hear it is the featured artist, Overdose. They just sound exactly like Childish Gambino to me. Like, it throws me off every single time I hear it. I always think, oh, it's Gambino, but it's not. Don't get me wrong though, his verse is still pretty good. Okay, now this next album was definitely the hardest one for me to figure out because it's literally my favorite album of all time. So, there's gonna be a lot of biases in here. It could have been really any song at any position in this, but here we go. Our next album is At Long Last A$AP. And for number 3, I have Fine Wine. Honestly, this was definitely the hardest position to choose out of these songs. I number 1 and my number 2. Just number 3 was very difficult, okay? I love every song off this album, of course. I definitely had the strongest love for this one out of my other choices at this spot. I strangely really like MIA's verse on here, and of course Future's verse is great too, and they take the song to another level with their features. I don't think this is Rocky's strongest outing on this one, but the features definitely make up for it, and I think that might have been what he was going for, but what do I know. Now at number 2, I have Holy Ghost. Now this one I connect with on a deeper level. This song is all about Rocky's relationship with church and God, and honestly I've never really been a religious person, but I used to go to church with my grandparents and I hated it, but that's mostly probably because I had no friends or kids my age in there, so you know. Anyway, in the song he compares church to the club. The way I always interpret it is as extortion. People go to church to try and seek forgiveness and grace from God and end up having to give money to their church, which more often than not does not use that money for its intended purpose. And this thought is backed by the line, "Holy smokes, I think my pastor is the only folk to own the Holy Ghost and Rolls Royces with no Holy Ghost." The people who preach these lessons and these messages don't practice them. The same way the club gets strippers to tell people they love them, so you give them more money, although that's really your fault if you're falling for that. I mean, come on, we gotta be smarter than that. And he brings up record labels for a brief moment and how they essentially own these rappers they have signed to deals, which just brings me back to my extortion point earlier. These places are businesses at the end of the day. And no matter how much they want to make you feel good or important, their end goal is always just to get the dollar bill from you. Now, at number 1, I have my favorite song of all time, Jukebox Joints. I mean, wow, just wow. Just a perfect song on every level. Perfect production, perfect flows and cadences, perfect rhythm, perfect melody, and a perfect Kanye feature just to add the cherry on top. And for my honorable mention for this album, literally every other song. I love every single song on this album. That makes it my favorite album of all time, of course. Now, last but definitely not least, A$AP Rocky's probably most overhated and most underrated album, Testing. I'm not exactly sure why this album got so much hate. I loved it ever since I heard it, but you know, we move. Anyway, at number 3, I have Call Drops. Now, I don't particularly love any message in this song. Once again, this is just kind of a vibes thing, which there's no problem with, of course. But weirdly enough, I think Kodak doing his verse from jail actually kind of helps the topic of the song, which is just essentially how their mistakes have ruined aspects of their life. And any mistake that winds you up in jail is a pretty fucking bad one. Let's just be honest. Now at number 2, I have 100. This might be a crazy take, but I believe this is definitely a top 10 Rocky song of all time. Now we just have to wait for Don't Be Dumb to come out, and then the ratings might get changed, but until then, this song is basically just about how Rocky has been to himself, getting rich and everyone wanting a piece after. But the beat is like hypnotic to me in some way, and this is probably my favorite usage of auto-tune by Rocky. And Devontae Hines was great on the hook. I'd definitely like to see them work together again on Don't Be Dumb, or really on any other album or song, honestly. Also, I really hope he brings back Joe Fox for a song for Don't Be Dumb. He was great before on At Long Last A$AP. Now at number 1, I have Changes. Now this is a deeply personal song for me, probably my second or third favorite of his, honestly. Everything about this song I can relate to. Ever since I was a child, my mom would tell me like I change all the time, and honestly I do. It's just because I hate feeling stuck in a place or phase of my life. It just kind of feels like I can't do anything, you know? But what do you do when you can't do nothing? You do what you can. Shout out Boondocks, of course. Everyone knows change is a part of life, whether you like it or not, whether you're ready for it or whether you're not. But it's all about how you react and deal with change is the important part, because that's the only part you can truly control. There's a line in here that I think is probably my favorite A$AP Rocky line. He says, "My biggest distraction is that I get distracted." And I think everyone relates to that. Once again, Rocky has made perfection. 10 out of 10 this song. Wow, man, honestly, just going back through these albums and listening again, Rocky really does have some classics. Very underrated artist. I think Don't Be Dumb will be probably his biggest commercial hit with, you know, the rise of TikTok and short form content and all that, people throwing songs over their stuff. So yeah, I think this will definitely be the one that, you know, brings him to another level. Hopefully he'll get the appreciation he deserves. But yeah, I definitely think I made it known earlier that I love more of his more chill songs. I just think those are his real specialty. Honestly, that's like his strongest lane to me. You know what I mean? But if you like his hype songs too, that's cool. Those are pretty good. Yeah, if you guys want to see me do this with more artists, let me know. And it doesn't necessarily have to be rapping, it can be anybody, just not country. I'm not gonna do that to myself. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment down below. Yeah, shout out Eric B, shout out Joe Fox, and shout out Prim's Hood Cinema. Alright, I'm gonna catch you guys. Peace.